Love is love. Love is love. Yo.
Right everyone, that was about a 5 to 10 minute skip. I love skipping. I would do it every day if it didn't eventually give me shin splints. So I have to kind of not do it too often. You know, the flexing of your foot works the muscle at the front of your shin too much. But I like it, and as a warm up. Now I'm going to do my dynamic warm up with a bit of foam rolling, and then we'll get into the video. Crotch shot. Don't get too excited. Look at that. Right guys, welcome to another video. One again that's slightly off the cuff, and it's going to be about, you know, we started in 2021 in this crazy new year, hopefully where we're going to see the end of this global pandemic. But what I want to talk to you about is motivation and how to increase the likelihood that you are going to work out, especially when we're stuck at home, we can't go to the gym. All we can do is do what we can and use what we have. Like, that's outside when you can go outside, and I'm lucky enough to have equipment to use in the garage. So what I wanted to let you know is what I try and do to increase the chances of working out is grab that opportunity that arises and take it. Don't wait for the next opportunity, because something will often come up, especially when you're busy with kids and family and work. Just think, right, I've got an opportunity to work out, grab that opportunity. And at the minute, Arthur's having a nap, so I've got about an hour to an hour and a half to fit in a workout, and I'm being silly really because I'm trying to combine that with filming, but I'll see what I can get done. There he is. He's having a nap. Not a peep at the minute, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to jump into my workout, which my main lift today is a squat. So let's see how it goes. Warm up sets. I don't use a belt on my warm-up sets, but when I get to my workout weight, my working sets, I generally stick a belt on. It's better to be safe than sorry. It's proven to help performance as well as create intra-abdominal pressure, which can assist the support of your core and lower back. I used to be a belt Nazi and not want to do it, but I use it now. Heavy sets, precautionary, right? 3 sets of 6 on 125. Now, why don't I let the blood go back to my head? About 3 to 4 minutes rest to talk to you about what I wanted to talk to you about, which is preparedness, getting prepared, being prepared for a workout. So let's say there's about 3 or 4 things that you should do. Number 1, take the opportunity to do the workout. It's easy to make excuses, But it's easier to take the opportunity and then not be sad that you missed the opportunity, if that makes sense. Grab the opportunity, first one, to work out. And the second one that I find really helps is to have a plan, and that is some workout program, or at least knowing that day when you wake up what you want to train, whether it's cardiovascular exercise, resistance training, flexibility, just a rest day / growth day, something like that. Have a plan, and it'll increase motivation and the likelihood that you will succeed in your plan. So today for me, it was a specific training day, that was my program of lifting. It's all detailed out for me, and that really helps with motivation and the what's the word, and the implementation of the plan, and to make it successful. That's the second set of squats done. Now, I'm going from what I said about having a plan. It doesn't necessarily mean having a physical workout plan. It could be a mental plan in your head, helping knowing how to arrange your day. So knowing that you've got work at this time, you've got to pick up the kids at this time. The day before, or at least in that morning, think about where's the most convenient time for you to put your workout. Is it at the end? For me, at the minute, I'm not working today, my wife's working. I'm looking after Arthur. He's asleep. So I knew approximately what time he naps. That would be the time I try and lace in some exercise. So it doesn't have to be a program, just a mental plan, and knowing generally what you want to do will help the execution of the plan. There's plenty of very good free programs out there on the internet, but at the minute I'm running a program by Jeff Nippard, which is a power building program. So with emphasis on the squat, bench, deadlift to get stronger, but with some assistance work. Paid about £30 for the program, but considering an average price of a PT for one session is £30 to £40, I thought that's pretty good for a 10-week program. I'll put the link in the description. Truly recommend it. I've run 2 of his programs before, back to back before this, so my faith is in Jeff. Big up Jeff Nippard. Final working set of 3, sets of 6, 1, 2, 5. While I'm resting, it's probably worth pointing out that just because I'm short on time, or maybe tight on time, don't scrimp on your warm-up. It's better off warming up fully and doing 10%, 20, 50% of your workout, rather than just going in fresh, injuring yourself, because you'll be out for weeks. So you may as well get just your main working sets done. That's what I told myself. It's better to do something rather than nothing, and better to not be hurt than be haggard and injured for the next few weeks. So don't scrimp on your workouts. I did a video about dynamic warm-ups and the importance of them and how to do it. I'll link it in the description or somehow put it here. I don't even know how people do that, but if I did, yeah, it's there or there. Just to follow along. Doesn't need any equipment. The next exercise is snatch grip deadlift, which I've never really done before, but it calls in the program. I know what it is. It's to basically focus on your hamstrings without overloading, and because your grip's wider, you'll have to take it slowly and control the movement. See how it goes. Not too pleasant, but definitely forces you to control the weight and use a lighter weight for technique, rather than overload your hamstrings, bend at the knee too much, bend at the back too much, and not get that pull on your hamstrings. And I just wanted to add that although you do have a program, it doesn't mean you won't necessarily be able to nail it. There's always speed bumps, there's always things that get in the way. My son could wake up any minute. So although you prepare, prepare to fail or fail to prepare. No, that's not right. Prepare to fail, fail to prepare, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Yeah, so that's the thing. That means basically if you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. But equally, if you do have a plan, you can fail. But don't beat yourself up about it. That's what I'm saying. I used to really be angry and upset or get anxious if I couldn't do the program that said on the day. I mentioned before, your body doesn't know what day of the week it is. If you get some work in, it's better than none. And equally, you could always finish up tomorrow or have a better session tomorrow because you're well rested. Just fit it in. Don't beat yourself up that you didn't execute your program fully. Feel good that you did something rather than nothing. So here's an example of what I just said. There's always speed bumps, there's always things that get in the way. My program calls for leg extensions, 3 sets of 12 to 15. I don't have a leg extension in the gym. I can fix up this band kind of dumbbell combo, which I've done before, don't have time. So I'm going to replace it with something that I think works my quads, which is a high bar squat. Because I've already done low bar squats, I'm going to go much lighter, just using 50k, working in a high bar position, which will put more load onto my quads. Also prepare to swerve and maybe adapt your plan, because if you can adapt and be used to adapting and able to adapt without being too rigid, you can also execute a plan and succeed regardless of what might go wrong in the process. Now moving on to my third, moving on to another thing that I think can help being prepared, or preparedness, help to prepare you to execute your plan, is from the day dot, from the start of the day, think that I'm going to have a good day today. So for me, that helps me eat right. You know, you shouldn't forbid yourself from things, but if I know I'm going to train, I need to have the right stuff in my body. I need to try and eat a good meal full of carbohydrates to fuel my glycogen 2 hours before. You know, if I say to myself, I don't have a plan, everything goes a little bit out the window. So having a plan in your head to work out, you can execute that even before you work out, which means get your idea in your head that you're going to eat some good fuel for your workout, have a decent breakfast. When you know you're going to approximately work out, try and get some decent food in a couple of hours before. I'll do another video on what you should eat before your workout. Yeah, so building up to that workout, think about it before the workout, prepare yourself internally with food, and staying hydrated can massively change how the workout turns out and how you perform. That's the second set of my high bar squats done, and I'll move on to another point about helping to be prepared. And that is, it sounds really easy, but it's quite a good hack, or just logical. If you know you're going to work out in the morning, which I hate doing because generally energy levels are low, I need some food in me before I work out, but you know, sometimes I have to because of work or life. What I do in that situation is I lay out all of my gym gear right next to the bed, or somewhere where I don't even have to think about where it is. Because just that small hurdle of not finding your socks, not finding your gym shorts, can maybe turn you at that point where you're like, nah, and you're looking for an excuse to not work out. It might turn you from going, nah, okay, I'll leave it, I'll do it later. And later turns into tomorrow, generally. So if you've got everything laid out, so I put my socks, my gym shorts, my gym top, my gym vest, my hoodie, my hat, my gloves, and my running shoes in the same place. Well, my running shoes will be downstairs, but all my gear is either next to the bed, or if I can't do it in the dark because Sean's asleep, if I'm up really early, I'll put it in the hallway, just so I can crawl out of bed, you know, and put it all on. And then that's one hurdle already overcome within 5 minutes of waking. And when you're in your gear, it kind of is a mind set for me that, right, I'm in the gear, I'm almost there, I'm almost training, I'm almost at the gym. So top tip is get your gear laid out, ready for you to jump in. And this is especially good when I used to run in the morning, which I don't anymore. But if you have all your gear laid out, when it's dark and your alarm goes off, and even if it's raining, you're like, nah, you want every excuse to not go. So if it's there and you're in it, then you look out the window, you might sway you. So that's my top tip, lay out all your gear ready. And this can go for lifting gear, your gym bag, having, you know, I've even had a coffee cup waiting in the machine, just ready to press go. You know, when I used to cycle to the train station, just having things slightly almost there will encourage you across the line to succeed. Standing calf raises, 3 sets of 12 to 15. It's going to be difficult. I would usually do this single leg to get a better mind muscle connection because I'm short on time. I'm going to use a 25, hold it with 2 hands and try and do both legs together, taking it slow and controlled. And that's pretty hard to balance, to be honest. Now, my next exercise is hip abductions or banded lateral walks. And this is where I bought these on Amazon. You know, like, what do they call them? Glute loops or some sort of booty bands or something like that. But there's a 3-pack, all different thicknesses and different resistances. Got a medium, a heavy, and a light. They've got like a rubber inside, so they grip more easily to your legs. But I used to improvise using one of my other bands, tie it around my legs and walk out. But these do make it easier. I'll either do seated ones or banded walks, but because I'm limited on space, I'll probably do seated. But they're definitely a good investment. I think they were like £10 for 3. They came in a nice little bag, whatever that's worth. But they are very good for working on your adductors or abductors. I think it's abductors. And because this is generally quite an easy exercise, it's like a tertiary exercise, an isolation exercise, not too tasking. I'm going to superset it with the final exercise, which is V-sits, which is an ab exercise. But with these, I'll show you definitely how you use them. Put them around your legs. I wear them just above the knee, and you can do banded walks, left and right, and try and make sure you're doing a full step out or range of motion. And it's 20 reps, so 10 each side. Can't get the bugger off. Straight into V-sits. We're fighting dying light now. So that's the workout done. It took about an hour and 20 minutes, including the warm-up. An hour and 10 minutes. It sounds a long time, but I had a decent warm-up. And so let me sum up the points of this video. In order to try and execute your program and make sure you get some exercise in, squeezing it in, I propose 3 or 4 things that can help you get that done. The first one was take the first opportunity that arises to do the exercise. So for me, that was my son's having a nap. So I went and done my exercise. And fortunately, he's still asleep. Go get him up in a minute. But if that's for you, that could be look outside, it's not raining, that's your time to go for a run, because you know English weather's always changing, it's going to rain. So take that opportunity. Or a meeting's changed, we're all working from home, meeting's changed, you can take that hour, half hour to go do your exercise, go do your run, do some sort of movement. Take the first opportunity because you'll regret it otherwise, and try and be loose with that. Even though you had it in mind that it was going to be 8 PM you trained, if a window comes in at lunchtime, grab that, because chances are, something might come up in the evening and your plan's foiled. The second thing for me that really helps is to have a program, and that's actually a workout program, listed exercise rep sets for 10 weeks. Having that I can look at in the morning or the day before, know exactly what I'm going to do. But you don't have to have a physical program, you might just have something mental. That today I feel like running, I'm going to go for a run. So that's the plan for later on. If you know you're going to work out that day, or the plan is to work out that day, you can help that along by eating right, staying hydrated, get decent food in before the workout. So it's not actually all about the workout time, it's the time leading up to it. And the final thing that would help you execute the workout, or the successfulness of being able to fulfill the workout, execute the plan. The top tip is have all your gear laid out in the morning or next to the bed, because it's easy to just make excuses. Oh, it's raining, I can't find my socks, my shoes are dirty. If it's all there laid out, that's a hurdle you've already overcome. And then the final thing I touched on was being slightly flexible with your program. Don't beat yourself up if you don't succeed, or if you you only deliver 10 to 20, 50% of your program. It's better than nothing. So if your plans go awry, or there's a speed bump, something comes up, work, life, the Tesco delivery man turns up, your family needs something, don't beat yourself up, because you've done something that can aid in the overall general picture. Remember, this is a lifelong regime, and so bit by bit you'll build up upon it. And many a times I've maybe only had to just do barbell squats, I've only had 10-15 minutes, but still better than not doing barbell squats at all. So be flexible. Luckily Arthur's still asleep. I was lucky this time, but I'm gonna go wake him up because he's had a couple hours. You sleeping? You've been napping for ages. Sleepy pickle. There's Wilbur. There's Wilby as well. Should I get you up now, yeah? Yeah. Have a kiss. So that's it for this video, guys. No more. I've got to get back to being a dad. Are you dancing? If you like this video, consider giving it a like. If not, come back next time. You might find something more interesting than me just being a dad. Thanks very much. See you next time. Say bye, Arthur.